Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Chris, this is F90, and we have the 2021 E63 in this amazing red. We're going to be doing an exterior review of this car. I'd like to thank Ricatina Mercedes-Benz of Edison for providing this vehicle today. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's get started. Okay guys, so like always, we're gonna do a walk around first. In pictures and photos, the front really doesn't look that wide, or it looks kind of short too from the hood, from the front to the back. But it does have like a protruding shape in the front, so it kind of looks like a little bit of a triangle, but it's so wide because of the fender flares, so it really worked out really well. And this red makes the hood vent, like the hood flares pop and the fenders pop, and it's awesome with that black. Looks phenomenal. I think this is one of the more aggressive E63s. They're usually black, white, or gray, and this works out really, really well with the rims too. The only thing is maybe I changed the door handles to make those black, but I mean, this thing looks absolutely fantastic. It's wide in the front. The one thing I wish they did do is I wish they made wider fenders in the back. They only have them in the front, but so one of the things that I think really worked out really well for the facelift version is they added the lights that go on the trunk now, and I think they're much sleeker. It really fits in really well with the exhaust. They're like turbines. We're all going to cover this in the exterior review, but it looks absolutely phenomenal. They did a great job, I think. So starting off with the front, guys, what we have is this, I want to call it Panamericana grille with the huge Mercedes emblem here. This is kind of raised on the outside, these outlines here. I know this was controversial, but we do have the camera offset, so it is offset to the left a little bit. It's not right in the middle there. I guess I couldn't find a way to integrate it, but this is actually also a black chrome option. So normally this comes with a silver chrome, kind of like this color, but this is black here, so it really adds a really nice contrast to the red. You have your AMG symbol here, and on the left and right you just have the sensors. So remember, this is more like an A shape. It isn't that that more I don't even want to call it V shape that they had with the pre-facelift. You have that black slant on the bottom here with these there's actually nothing behind here, black little fins. That's the vertical fins, and this comes out here to where the fog light area is. What's really nice that they did here with the fog light areas, they have the fin here, but with the heat exchangers, so intercoolers and radiators, they added a little mesh on it. So I know pre-facelift, a lot of rock chips would go in there and damage that, but they have a little mesh here. So on this side they have that, and then same thing on this side. There's like this little mesh here, so it's going to stop all the rocks from hitting here, unless you get really small one, but I don't think it's going to do that much damage. But it's really nice that they added that. This is really awesome, just with the black. It's really, really cool. The black little accent here, splitter that you have with the vertical slats here, also going into what I'm assuming is actually the actual intercooler, but they actually have mesh inside there also. And when I mean mesh, I mean like this plastic grid-like material. It's not flexible at all. The other thing they switched to is you could have the regular lights or the multi-beam lights. So here what we have is the multi-beam lights. We have them both on the left and the right here, as well as this is the eyebrow that you're going to see, the daytime running eyebrow that's going to be happening. It also has these nice little blue accents on the side for each headlight. If you didn't get this, you would get the one where there's 4 on top, 4 on the bottom, sort of dishes that kind of reflect the light. You have your bumper sensors on both sides with the indicator here. On the hood, one of my favorite parts, you have 4 massive flares that come out of the hood, which is awesome. It looks so good. And from the interior, you could see the little flares coming out, so it makes you feel like you're in something really, really special. And then of course, our Mercedes symbol here, which is raised, and you can feel all that. And then moving on to the fender, if you look this way, the fenders actually comes out a little bit, so it's a good amount, maybe like this much chunk. They don't do it in the rear, but they do it in the front. And these things are amazing, guys. This matte cross-spoked Mercedes wheel that you have here, these are 20s, and they actually have Michelins on here. I know sometimes they come with the Pirellis, but these are the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, which is fantastic. These are 265, 35, 20s. Massive brakes in the front. These are 6-piston in the front. Huge, huge rotors. So continuing on, we have the black little accent that we have here, which has a little vent sort of thing on the side. That's just fake. V8 bi-turbo 4MATIC plus, meaning that you could switch it to the rear-wheel drive option, or mode, should I say. Then we have the one line that starts all the way from the headlight through the side and then all the way to the back. So much to cover on this car, it's actually insane. Moving along, guys, we have the black mirrors. So this is part of the night package, so you're gonna see the outside of the windows as well as the mirror is gonna be in black. We have the turn signal here integrated as well as a camera. So again, like I mentioned, this is gonna be black here with the A pillar, the B pillar, and the C pillar. So it gives it a really, really awesome look. the door. The only other line you have here is the one on top that I mentioned before, as well as the one on the bottom. We have a nice side skirt here, but then we also have an addition. So a little addition on the bottom that kind of comes out a little bit and it goes back in. That's also black, also part of the net package. So this is also keyless go like most modern cars are. You just step forward, you can lock it with one touch, it closes the mirrors, or just open it. As long as you have the key in your pocket, you can open it. On the windshield, you have the huge, I always laugh when Mercedes got these huge things that are here, and this is where the mirror is, and this is where the radar is for the Distronic Plus. You also have this year, because of the facelift, the dash cam. So it is an option. I believe it's 150 or 200 to add the dash cam there. You do need to add a USB or an SD card for that to record, but it will record the whole time. And then on the roof, this is nice because this is pretty flat. So either for the radio and stuff like that. This is not the panoramic roof, so it doesn't extend all the way out. This is just the regular one, so you don't need to put any option on in order to get this roof. It just comes standard with the car. And of course, you have the roof rails here. We could attach bikes or skis or whatever it is and hook that in there. In the rear, the same thing, except these are, I believe, a different size. These are 295, 30, 20s. Again, we have a lot of torque in this car. And then one piston caliper in the back and the same wheels. These things are awesome with the black. Really, really nice. And this huge 3/4 panel angle that we have here, and we'll go over the gas cap. I know that's everybody's favorite. And then you have the back here, which is really cool because there's two lines, one on top and one here on the bottom. And this part kind of curves down in and meets with the apron that you have here with the diffuser. And you have your sensors here as well. And then kind of going to the lights, it's really awesome. Before in the pre-facelift, you had the huge light here and it wasn't on the trunk. So this kind of goes back to the generation before where the lights were over here as well. So for the W213, they have them here on the trunk, which I think it looks much slicker, looks much more modern. You have, of course, our little spoiler here, which from the side actually extends out more than you think it does. From the back, it doesn't look so aggressive, but from the side, it looks a little bit more. And then going over all the stuff that we have here on the back, we have, of course, our AMG symbol here, Mercedes E63s. This chrome piece here, which has always been there, to be honest. License plate holder, nice piece there. We have our reflectors here on the bottom, tow hook area, and then obviously our diffuser back here. And these are new exhaust tips. They have this kind of square wedge design on the actual exhausts. Also fake exhausts. If you look all the way down in there, it's fake, it's not connected. And then we have our diffuser here, just two big fins. Okay guys, so we're just gonna take a really close look at all the lights here. So for the headlights, again, as I mentioned, that daytime running brow that you have here, which they switched over, so no longer do you have that 3, 2, and 1 for the E, S, and C class. You now have like this one brow here. These are with the lights on. It's really awesome, these blue side markers here that show up, which is really, really nice. Gives a really unique look. And as I mentioned before, we have the turn indicator here. This is the entire part, lights up, and just blinks. And then the rear tail lights, which is really nice because it looks like there's like a afterglow shelf here, and that's where the light kind of sits on. And there are little sections which are really, really, really cool. I like the way they did this. And obviously the turn signal here. Okay guys, we're gonna take a look underneath the hood of this car, which has one of my favorite powertrains, to be honest. Handcrafted V8, which this one's made by Preparim Dauti, which I don't know if that's a German name, but you know what? It's there, which is great. I'm sure this thing is awesome. So we have a V8 handcrafted by Turbo engine, which produces 603 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque, matted to a 9-speed Mercedes dual clutch transmission. It's honestly fantastic. So starting off here, we have this mesh area, and we have the windshield washer fluid reservoir there, or actually where you fill it in. Some more hose stuff, not really too exciting. But we have here, so we have the air intakes on this side, which I think they flap. No, they don't have flaps. They just get the air inside there, go in, you can see the two turbos there. So those guys sit in a hot V, so if you have the V for the V8, you have the two sitting on top of it. Some heat shielding in the back. We have our positive terminal here, so they make everything look really nice. Positive terminal if you need to jump somebody, you need to jump yourself. There. More fluid reservoirs, and this thing is amazing. right, guys, it's time for that gas cap. So we're just gonna press on it. It opens up itself. We have a bunch of information here, PSI, what the load is, which is really nice of them to include it. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna press in, twist. We have a nice little holder here. Boom, put the gas in there, put it back, twist, and we're done. Thanks so much for watching, guys. That wraps up our in-depth exterior review of the 2021 E63s AMG. We're also going to be releasing an interior in-depth review of the 2020 E63, so be sure to watch for that. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us out a lot, and we'll see you on the next one.